おはようございます。近況はパイロットです。今日もマイクロソフトフライトシミュレーターの公式集会に参加していきたいと思います。今日の飛行機は、フランスですね。なんかパリの近くからどんどん西の方に向かっていくみたいです。今日は巡航速度130ノットということで、このエクストラの 330H に飛びたいと思います。
Washed out video. Cool. All right, I think we are ready. I'm going to put my parking brake off.
Off.
Flaps to take off. Full throttle is in. And I'm rolling, and we are underway for Community Fly-In Friday, France edition. We've been to France.
流れに乗っていきましょうか。
Precise routes. And of course, it's always fun to visit Paris, which I don't think we did the last time we flew in France. All right, rotate positive rates. Oh, look at this. Danny, to my 12 o'clock, is using the Wombi Witch mod. Of course, we had Wombi featured on the stream last week.
なかなか強い右からの横風だったと思います。
Love to see these great turnouts. And there's SimFlight Pro. I see rolling to my 6 o'clock. Do not have SimTom in sight yet, though.
Because I spawned in with multiplayer disabled.
Was that on purpose or an accident?
No, just for fun.
Extra 145, continue for west departure.
All right, so we're going to be turning to a heading
145, continue for west departure.
215 degrees on departure. Of course, I don't have an autopilot in the Cap 10, so I'm going to have to hand fly a lot more than I normally do on Fly-In Fridays. But we're going to head towards central Paris, where all the major landmarks are. In fact, our first waypoint is Sacré-Cœur. Don't know if we have any John Wick fans. I don't know if anyone saw John Wick Chapter 4, which was released in cinemas not too long ago. Of course, there was a very climactic scene that took place right here at Sacré-Cœur, filmed on location. It's pretty cool. Oh, look at this. Someone flying the Jane scooter mod just flew in front of me, but they're gone already. It went by so fast.
あれフィルトじゃないですかね。フィルトはくぐっていきましょうね。くぐれるかどうかわかんないけど。
No, I won't spoil the plot of the movie, but there was a scene that took place at Sacré-Cœur.
このスタジアムがありますな。
Mike Arunko says John Wick 4 was pretty good, but in sort of editing, the fight scenes just kept going.
Extra 145, leaving my airspace
But I
frequency
kind
change
of feel if
approved.
you're going to go see... Oh, there's the scooter mod. Look at that.
Le Bourget Tower extra 145 frequency change.
That's what you want to see, right? That's the whole point. By the way, Jane is not present today. She is here, of course, in spirit with that pilot flying the community manager scooter mod. But Jane will be back next week, and I believe Peter too will also be back. There's the scooter. And there is Sacré-Cœur to my 12 o'clock. One of the two most famous cathedrals in Paris, of course, the other being Notre Dame. My personal preference, I like Sacré-Cœur better. I like the architecture style. I think it's a much more impressive looking building. I know that's probably maybe a hot take. I know Notre Dame is probably the more famous of the two.
なんかすごいのが見える。ほらなんじゃ。
There it is right there. Very beautiful French cathedral. Love the architecture. And up on top of this hill you have a beautiful view of
すげえ風だな今日。Next waypoint, at least for me, will be the Louvre. Next winger says Basilica is prettier than Gothic. Can't change my mind.
I actually could do gear up. My version.
Nope. ぱりこの飛行機だとだいぶゆっくりなので。
Someone's asking if that's Age of Empires Pro.
イーグルで飛んでる時とはだいぶ違いますね。ゆっくり見れますね。
Speaking of Notre Dame, there it is on my screen right now. You can see it just below my plane.
Oh.
Another very, of course, famous cathedral involved in a tragic fire a few years ago.
Sadly not.
しかしすげえ風でございます、今日は。
Here's the Louvre to my 12 o'clock. Arguably the most famous art museum in the entire world. Home of the most famous painting in the entire world, the Mona Lisa, which I've heard is actually not very impressive to see it in person. You wait in line forever, and then you approach it, and you're like, yep, just looks like it does in the photos that you've seen 100 times. All right, below me, this is Place de la Concorde. This is a very famous public meeting ground and gathering place in Paris. Probably most famously involved during the French Revolution. This is where a lot of the guillotining took place, including the execution of King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette. And here we are flying down the Champs-Élysées towards the famous Arc de Triomphe. I am naturally, of course, going to try to throw the needle. Get your F's in chat ready, because I will most certainly crash doing this. But I thought I'd give you a college try. All right, here we go.
あれ、ここは何？
Whoa, whoa, come on, pull up, pull up. Oh, I did it! Yes!
That was cool. That was cool.
Ooh,
Nice.
I thought I was going to hit the building on the other side of it, though.
あれだ、凱旋門あった。
All right, now we're going to
こ
turn
の飛行機でくぐれるかどうかわかんないですけどね。
and
ちょっとチャレ
there,
ン
of
ジしてみま
course,
しょう。
probably, maybe along with the Great Pyramid of Giza, the most famous, recognizable building in the entire world.
すごい風ですぜ。
We're going to try to, I'm going to try to fly underneath you.
あー、いかんいかんいかんいかん、落ちる。
Easier, though.
木にぶつかったかもしれんな。
Let me
わか
know
んないっす。
when you're ready. I'll switch over to your point of view.
もうとにかくすげえ風でございますよ、今日は。パリは風がすげえ。
Good thing of the Robin Cap
やっぱり
10
観
is
光するなら、
pull off some of
この
these.
飛行機の方が遅くてゆっくり見れますね。
Oh, the
全
other
然違
people
う
are
な。
also attempting this.
Let's try the Arc de Triomphe.
You know what? I'm approaching from the wrong side. I'm going to abort this one. I'm going to come from the other angle. Are we going to try the Arc de Triomphe, Tom?
Yeah. Oh dear.
Nairobi Plane Spotter, hello to you. Welcome in.
Oh. Didn't quite make it there.
Oh, F's in the chat for Sim Tom.
Use the force.
All right, here's my attempting to fly through the Eiffel Tower.
エッフェルとスーパーマン2でロイス・レーンを助けるのにエレベーターの中にスーパーマンが突っ込んできましたよね。
I think you can actually go through the second tier as well. I'm going to try both. First, this is easy mode, flying underneath the bottom tier. There we go. Done. Too easy. Now for extra time, I'm going to do an inland turn here in a second and try flying
もう
through
一回チャレ
the
ン
middle
ジ。
tier.
危ねえ。ああ、死んだ。ひゃー。やっぱり無茶した。
Assuming I have
無
enough
茶
air
しやがっ
to
て。
pull off an inland. Let's see.
というわ
All
け
right,
で
here we go.
凱旋門の2回目チャレンジは完全に墜落でございました。あれパワーが全然足りない。
I'm just going to turn player nameplates off for a second so I can see my target better. All right, this one, get your F's in chat ready. Not feeling great about this one. This is harder than the Arc de Triomphe, I think. Oh, yes!
みんななんかいろんなところで悲鳴、いろんな
Wow,
ところ
I'm
で
on
悲
a
鳴
hot
が聞
streak
こえ
today.
る。
I think that is where I'm gonna stop doing ridiculous climbs that put me on my head. But got through the Arc of Triumph and under the Eiffel Tower twice.
ビジョンジェットっていう飛行機もついに買ったので見えますね。今日は。エッフェル塔。
Alright, gonna get back on our flight plan now and continue onwards.
There was a caribou attached to the Eiffel Tower.
Elkin David says, I hope Red Bull Racing is seeing this and takes inspiration. Well, I don't know. I mean, there have been planes that in real life have flown underneath the Arc de Triomphe and through the Eiffel Tower before. That was a long time ago. I know during, I think it was after World War I, during the victory parade in Paris down the Champs-Élysées, a French Air Force pilots, without permission, flew World War I biplane underneath the Arc de Triomphe.
フランス空軍は美味しそう
Does the
な。
Cap 10 have autopilot? No, it does not. So I'm going to be hand flying today. But that's all right. Talk to says second floor work with the Bonanza. Nice.
Let's get on course.
Yep.
Let's say 235 heading.
I've got you in sight, Simtom, to my 11 o'clock.
235 heading.
There's a couple of football stadiums, or soccer if you prefer, if you're on the North American side of the Atlantic
もうちょ
Ocean.
っとこっちか。
Of course, one of these you'll see the logo in a second. This is the home stadium of Paris Saint-Germain, one of the top teams in European football. Right there, you can see their logo, their pitch.
何もモッドも入れてないので、これがデフォルトのパリの姿ですな。
And then our next waypoint, it's not a POI, it's not handcrafted, but we should be able to see it from the air. It's actually the reason why we're in France
あとも
today.
キャットだ。
We'll talk a little bit about this. So this building block below us here, this one right here, this is the headquarters of the International Bureau of Weights and Measures. So the governing body that oversees all the standard units of weights and measures, the SI system, metric, all that good stuff. That's where they're based, right there. And it was on this date in 1875 here in Paris that there
Oh,
in 1875, it was just for measuring length and weight, so it used the meter and the kilogram as the two standard units.
もうほとんど水力だけで
recognized.
打て
Of
ま
course,
した。
over years since that has been expanded to include many other units for measuring many different things beyond just length and mass. I'm sure all of you remember that from your science classes in high school. All the different standard SI base units.
双葉は見えないけどな。
So yeah, it was on this date in 1875 that the world first got together and started adopting international standards, so we all measure things the same way using the same units.
Interesting, isn't it?
JD's Movie Hole says, did the U.S. just choose not to follow through with that? Well, you know, that's an interesting question. I actually don't know. There are 3 countries in the world. This is a trivia question, by the way. The United States is one, and there are 2 other countries that do not use the SI system as their official units for weights and measures. Does anyone in chat know what the other 2 countries besides the United States are that do not use the SI system?
Well, I know that the UK has some sort of hybrid, because for some things they still use like centimeter or meters, but then for others they use miles.
Which?
By the way, just to get off topic for a second, this is Versailles below us. The immaculate, opulent palace and public gardens. Well, I guess not public gardens now, but not originally public gardens. Very private gardens. And if you're wondering why the French peasantry guillotined King Louis XVI, it's because he was building this immaculate estate while the population of France was starving to death.
ベルサイユ宮殿だからこれあれかみんなあれかベルサイユのバラかここが
But yeah, the UK, Symptom, they officially do use the metric system.
でけえなベルサイユ宮
Although
殿
in popular usage, individual British citizens will often use
まあ王
various
様いないから
different
どうなってんでしょうねフランスのベ
But
ルサイユ
officially,
宮
the UK is not one of the
観
three.
光地
The
で
United
なん
States
か
and
見
two
学
other
とかで
countries,
きる
Sweden
の
also
かな
look into. Fly 10 has got one. Liberia is correct. That's one of the two. And anyone know the third one? So it's the United States, Liberia, and what? Not Malaysia. Not Myanmar. Not Russia. Not Australia or China.
Probably gonna be
Not
some
Japan or Singapore. No. It's
small country.
Costa Rica is the answer. So United States, Costa Rica, and Liberia are the three countries that officially do not use the metric system as their standards for weights and
ベル
measures.
サイユのバラでちょっともうちょっとかすめときますか一遍
Kind of fun hand flying a little bit. Normally on Community Flying Friday, I've got the autopilot enabled so I can kind of focus on reading the chat. Oh, and there's that community manager on the scooter again behind me. Fletcher Reed says, I believe NASA uses metric. That is correct. In fact, I think the U.S. military
22ラ
also
プター
uses
戦闘
metric.
機見ますなエアバス
So
の
for a lot of
310
reasons, I mean, metric is objectively the better system. It's a lot more scientifically sensible. So a lot of organizations that do work will use the metric system. But officially, the U.S. government as a whole does not use the metric system. Oop, I hit the wrong button. I did hit this one. Sorry, I did not mean
Peter,
to.
sadly.
Did not mean to share the non-existent Peter source.
Yeah, that's cool. We can fly on lifetime because it indeed is still sunny.
That is just beautiful.
It is.
Oh, it really is. I mean, there's a reason it's the most visited city by tourists on the entire planet.
One of the things that really excites me is that you can explore unlimited. It's just amazing. It's just beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's always a real treat for me. Every Friday, leading these community group flights and exploring different parts of the world every week. Last week, of course, we were in Norway. 2 weeks ago in Mexico. Next week, chat sneak preview. We're going to be in a country we have not been before. Infinity Flying Friday. We're going to be in Jordan. That's exciting. Always get psyched to see a new place that we haven't been to on a previous Flying Friday. Foxtrot, yeah, that's right. I do have a stream deck with each person's scene, and so I can hit buttons like this. So here's my point of view, then here's SimTom, and then here's SimFlight Pro. And there's back to me. So I can just jump back and forth by hitting one button.
Wants to see what I'm flying? Well, it's
Oh,
何空港でしょうね
Tecnam
ジャンボは
P2006.
Tecnam's a nice aircraft, right? I like that.
Yeah, it is.
So flying its control.
Actually do gear up.
ルフトハンザかな ちゃうな。カーゴだ。サウジか。
Yeah, DA40 is one of my favorite GA planes. In real life,
サ
unfortunately,
ウジアラビアのカーゴ便ですね。お客さんは乗っけてないと思います。
Sadly, the only available option
Come
nearby
on,
me is
son.
Cessna 172, which is fine. Any plane to fly is a great plane. My favorite. The expression goes, my favorite plane is the one I'm flying. But if I had to choose between a 172 or a DA40, I would choose the DA40 every time.
C160 は持ってないから見えな
No
いな。
competition.
あら、一さん別
Falcon
の
David.
隣飛行機
Yes,
です
this
ね。
was a couple of weeks ago released in the market.
A Simfly Pro looks like you've got some kind of head tracker going on there. Is it a Tobii eye tracker?
C160 プロペラの輸送機じゃないかな。この前出たばっかりだけど、若干ね、お値段高め。
It's been about 6 months since it started.
ダイヤモンドエアクラフト4060に
I mean, you
大人
guys
気です
believe it
ね。
or not, I mean,
か
I've
っこいい飛行機ですね。
It's just amazing.
Wow.
It's hands-free, man. It's just amazing. Just look at it.
So I also have a Tobii eye tracker 5. Absolutely love this product. Again, if you're on PC, if you're not a VR player, or maybe if you are a VR player, as Simfly Pro sort of is mentioned, I'd say it's after a good set of flight controls. Get a sticker yoke, throttle, and rudder first. Then your next purchase after that should be a Tobii eye tracker 5. I really think it enhances the flight sim experience a lot.
I'm looking forward to the Comanche 250 by Gateway Simulations.
Oh yeah. Do you get motion sickness? No, not at all. It feels very natural, very intuitive. It takes maybe 5 minutes to get used to it, and then you don't even really notice it. It just feels totally normal to look around. It also has full 6 degrees of freedom, so not only can you look left and right, up and down, you can also lean in. So like that. If you want like a closer view of your instruments, you can lean back. You can tilt your head up. And it also tracks your eye movement, not just your head movement. So I'll keep my head completely still, and I'm going to look at the top left corner of my screen. Now watch this. It'll just track my eyes. See that? It'll follow my gaze. Now I'll look at the bottom left corner. Yeah, not moving my head at all. It's just tracking the movement of my pupils, and it'll follow what I'm looking at. And again, it feels totally natural and very intuitive to use. Hey, Spiffle, nice to see you.
Some nice countryside here with the setting sun. Just read chat. Reaction. Twitch comments.
さあ、ビジョンジェットでも見に行き
Yeah,
ますか。
I've got a second monitor where I've got the Twitch chat open, so I can read your comments.
さあ、むちゃかれ変態が近づいてまいりやした。
Okay, so Spiffle, let me go back to my screen. How does it work if you focus on the altimeter, for instance? I saw that the camera pan slowly over. Okay, so let me focus on my altimeter. See, I just move my eyes, look at my altimeter. Now I'm gonna look at my. Well, they're all very close together, so you're not seeing a lot of movement. But if I move my head in, so say I want to look at my altimeter really, really closely, I can actually move my head in like this. And then it'll focus in on my altimeter. How big is the primary monitor? My monitor is a 27-inch. I believe officially Tobii says it supports up to 32-inch monitors, but unofficially they say it will work on larger screens. It's just not officially supported.
あれ、ビジョンジェットさっきどっかにいたけどいなくなっちゃった。あ、ぶつかるぶつかる。
Touch and Go coming up in a little bit, so
Touch and Go?
preparing for that. Looks like Simflight Pro is planning a trip to Paris.
Yeah.
You can see my screen in here. I was planning to share a fact. It looks like the original name of Paris is not Paris, I believe. It's here, Paris, called.
またビジョンジェット。あれだ。
You see how we learn things? Flying in
Yeah.
different stations or something.
I mean, that's one of the things I try to do every week is when we visit a different country or different region,
お
I try to look up some facts, some
そう
history, some
デ
trivia,
ルタ航空
geography,
か。
culture, all that
こ
stuff.
こにタッチン
Share
グ
it
す
with
る
the
のはこの
community.
シャンフォルってとこここじゃないのか。
Hang on one second here. The OC pilot says I had my Toby working on a 55-inch TV just to build a custom mount. Well, there you go. Again, it's not supported officially by Toby on screens that large, but unofficially they will say, yeah, you can use it and it will probably work. But if it doesn't work, you just can't ask them for support. They'll say we only support screens up to, you know, X amount of size. I think it's 32 inches, maybe 34 inches. You can check their website. What is your favorite French food? Oh, I mean, French cuisine is just really good overall. So, okay, here's a bit of a hot take, because I know I have a love-hate relationship with this, because it's so delicious, but it's also so cruel. So I hate myself for liking it,
うん。
but foie gras is
ジェ
so
ット
good.
戦闘機はものすごい向かい
But, you know, I do feel bad
無
eating
理やり
foie
浮
gras,
かせてるのが分かりま
it's
した。
a very cruel food to consume.
これやな、
Belgium,
ビジョンジェット。
They're closing actually the last two farms that made it.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, because I think now it's prohibited by law here in Belgium.
Well, I'll have to get my foie gras fixed in.
これなんかハインケル162だったっけ、あれみたいに背中にジェットエンジンちっちゃなの積んでんですよね。なんかえらい先進的な飛行機っぽい
I
です
think。I just stick with the more, well-known, the croissants, pain de chocolat, fromage, of course.
I would stick with croissants as well, but I was about to mention French fries.
Careful
Gonna start some spiciness on the stream here. Tom from Belgium. Tom, where do French fries come from?
Well, I still have to look it up if that's really true what I'm always saying, but apparently it's because during World War I, there were British or American soldiers in Flanders fields, but they didn't really know that they were in Belgium, and they ate some, baked
なんか
potatoes,
可愛い形
fries,
してま
and
す
they
ね、
said,
丸っこくて。
French fries. But then, apparently they were in Belgium, so it should have been called Belgian fries.
What about French toast, I wonder?
I mean, that I think is from France.
どこに誰がどうやってタッチングをしてる、ここの空港でもないのか。あれはなんじゃい。
Falcon Davis is in the
なんか
Netherlands.
すげえのが
Fries
現
are
れてきたぞ、
specifically
真正
called
面に。
Belgian. They are usually thicker than usual. Oh, we've got another French cathedral coming up here. Gothic style architecture.
I've actually visited that many years ago.
You've been to this one?
Yeah, it's sharp.
ほんと風強いね、今
They have a beautiful night display, like they have
日。す
projectors.
ごーい。あ、今一瞬見えたけど、なんていう建物かわかんなかった。
Yeah,
Always,
interesting me about
It always blows me away when I read stories about the construction of these, centuries-old Gothic cathedrals.
日本にはない
Like
あれです
100 years
な
to。build. So like the people who
じゃあ
started building them didn't live long enough to
わかん
see
ね
them finished.
わかんないけど、すげえ立派な
I think that's
建
kind of
物で
really
おじゃ
neat.
ります。
It's also not symmetrical
ご
to
めんね、一瞬しか
what's
出
the
てこな
technical
い。
term? It's not the
Spires?
spires, yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. right, here's a question. In chat, is there anyone from France watching our stream today? Est-ce qu'il y a des Français ici maintenant? Okay, so question for those of you from France. Do you say for a croissant that has chocolate inside it, you call that
なんとかキャセドラ。シャー、
a chocolatine?
チャートレ
Never
ス
heard chocolate tea.
キャセドラ読めね
There's a big national debate in France about what the correct term to call this is.
あと東京とか無茶してる
I personally say pain au chocolat. Yeah, like that's a question that divides the country in two. Yeah, exactly. That's why I asked it. I always say pain au chocolat.
CD, I might have missed touch and go here, but what was the IKEA
Oh, I might have missed it too.
Was it just before the cathedral?
Let me pull up my VFR.
No.
I only see Lima,
Afterburner,
Foxtrot,
tak.
Oscar.
Oh yeah, it was. We did miss a touch and go back here. That's my mistake.
well.
Oh well. Look, there's plenty of others.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. You just get lost in the scenery.
Yeah.
Oh, Extremist said it wasn't on the plan. Oh, okay. Maybe that wasn't a touch and go then. Speaking of France, of course, one of the next updates to Microsoft Flight Simulator, one of the next scenery updates that is, of course,
ジャンボ2キ
the
ロ
Aircraft and Avionics Update 2 is the next scheduled update, currently in beta testing. But the next scenery update we have coming is City Update 2, and that's going to feature several French cities, and also
あれは
a
大
bespoke
韓航空
Paris Le Bourget
Sure.
bespoke airport will also be included in that update.
Funny you mention it because my colleague, my drone pilot colleague, he let me know that he
これも
got
カーゴじゃね
VIP tickets to the Paris Air Show, courtesy of Airbus.
Oh wow!
That's something to look forward to.
エアブリッジカーゴ
Have we visited Asobo in Bordeaux? Do you mean in the sim on a fly-in Friday, or in person in real life?
The sim we've definitely done.
Yeah, I think on the anniversary of the Flight Simulator release, we
Fire
included Bordeaux
がいらっしゃいます
from the Asobo
スピ
office.
ットファイヤーでも眺めていくか
In real life, I personally have not been to the Asobo office yet, but I know some of my colleagues certainly have.
We also mentioned AAU2, and really have to give a big round of applause to the team at Working Title, because the work they're doing is fantastic. The 787 and the 747, they're really like pretty in-depth planes now.
78 bug fixes yesterday. That's
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
I
new
thought,
beta
oh,
build
it's
came
gonna-
out yesterday, and yeah,
I thought-
like SimFlight Pro says, lots of improvements
Yeah.
included in them.
I thought, oh, it's gonna be a small patch, and then I started scrolling. I was like, oh no.
You know, one of the things I was looking forward to as soon as the sim began in July 2020 was the 747. I can't even
Nice. I mean, it is the queen of the skies. Well, speaking of a 747, look at this. Look what I've got flying off my wingtip. I swear this wasn't planned. This just serendipitously happened.
Full
And
flaps, of
there's
course.
Jane about to get sucked into a jet engine, it looks like. Oh, there's another Jane. We got two Janes flying inverted. Scooter.
ダイヤモンドじゃい
What a majestic bird. The 747 is the queen of the sky. You know, it's been an era. Most 747s
ダイヤモンドじゃい
are still in operational service.
article. Best chance of flying with a passenger one is with Lufthansa, because they still have the most flying. And in the month of April, they actually flew to Tenerife or Mallorca, and apparently it was full of FDs. Just because it's a short haul, so it was easy to book. Mallorca.
I think the last time I flew on a 747 was on Lufthansa from Frankfurt to Bangalore. It just amazes me to even look at that aircraft. I mean, this was 50 years ago.
Airbus 20はなんだろう。
The 747 is credited with single-handedly opening up the world to affordable international flights. Of course, the commercial airlines existed before the 747, but they were much smaller, which meant prices were a lot higher. So it wasn't economy scale, so really only rich people could afford to fly before the 747, and then after it was introduced, now it was opened up to a lot more people.
And I do believe it was because of Pan America we got the
Lufthansa.
747, right?
I believe they were the launch customer. They got the very first 747. Someone in Shadow, for sure, though.
いや、
Is they
エ
suggested
アライ
that
ン
they
とか
needed
書いてないの
some,
か、ドイツ語だからな。
they needed something to accommodate the number of passengers.
よいしょ。
That's what I read somewhere. I know that
DC3 が見えなくなっちゃったな。
but I'm still kind of
Tomcat.
for the 747 maybe next year from this gang.
You'll have to be patient for that one, I think.
Oh, look at this. Goblin Zeus has got some facts.
お
Chocolatine was
双子だ。
the original name, but a
双子
guy
発
from
見。
Austria introduced baguette and croissant in Paris in the middle of the 11th or the
あ、ぶつかった。
19th century, and French adopted them. Interesting. You know what? I will still say pain au chocolat. I like the term better.
隊長のところにちょっと
Makes
ご
more
挨
sense
拶
to me.
CP10 ってのは持ってないですけど、隊長いつもありがとうございます。お疲れ様です。うおっとごめんなさいよっと。
Life would. It's actually when I look
同
out of
じ
the
動き
window.
がついてる。どっちが大丈夫？ 前だろう
I
な
bet
と
there
思
are
う
like
隊長。
hundreds of wineries down here in this region, which we're flying over.
Oh yeah.
隊長いつもありがとうございます。
Alright, next touch and go is Lima Foxtrot, Romeo Mike, LFRM.
タッチンゴまで一回もしてねえよ。
I'm about
みんなどこでしたんじゃ。
37 nautical miles from here.
あわわわわ。
Chocolatine is mainly used in the southwest of France, Toulouse, etc.
なんかすごいぎゅうぎゅうに詰まってるように見えてもネームラベルを外せばこのくらいの隙間はあるわけですな。
I'm hungry for a French pastry now.
なるほど。
there's a cafe not too far from my apartment. I'm totally gonna go get some French pastries after this stream ends.
Are you in Washington, CD?
No, I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia.
California. So same time zone.
Yeah, Pacific time zone.
Here in Belgium, it's kind of a tradition to eat like croissants and pain au chocolat on Sunday mornings. I don't know how that is in other parts of the world, but here it's a tradition in many families. We also do every Sunday morning.
Well, I don't know if this is a Canadian tradition, but I used to go every Saturday morning. I used to go and get French pastries and a coffee. Usually I would get like a pain au chocolat, and then I would get another pastry that was like some kind of fruit thing, like a tartelette fraise or something like that. And have the two of those with a coffee. That was my Saturday morning routine.
Same in France.
That's my Thursday routine with coffee and some French pastries. And that's pre-Friday.
Canoehead is also from Vancouver. Well, hello. Pain au chocolat all the time in France. You just go to boulangerie. Oh yeah. When I was in France on holiday, how long ago was that? 19 years ago? Wow, I'm getting old.
買ったばかりの
Yeah,
飛
every
行機
single
で
day I
は
would
珍しいで
have
すな。
a pain au chocolat. and a
Vision
tartelette
jet.
fraise. Literally every day. That was my kind of breakfast every morning. I was there, and I
エ
never
ッ
got
ジェ
bored
ット
of
も
it.
な
They
ん
were
か
so
たく
good.
さん、ホンダ
And
ジェ
they're
ッ
not
ト
the same.
たくさん売れ
I
てるん
think
で
it's
す
the
けど、全
flour
然見
they
かけ
use
ないで
to
す
make
な。
pastries in France. You can't get it anywhere else. And so just the pastries in
あ
France
んま
are so
乗っ
much
てる
better.
人いない
Even
の
if
か
like you
な。
have classically trained French pastry chefs in other countries, they just can't replicate
おお。
the quality of the pastries you get in France. How many hours have you been flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator since when? Well, since launch day. I've been playing Flight Simulator since the very first day it came out, and I'm closing in on 1,000 hours. I think I'm at 900 and something now.
Yeah, I mostly have dev mode open and then it doesn't count, so I have no idea. It says currently 370. It's way high.
Oh, you've probably done way more than 370 hours just streaming on this channel with us.
Oh yeah.
水。
Yeah. And then there's still the alpha days, right?
ああ、水うめ。
Yeah.
I have about 1,000 hours.
フランスの田園風景ですよ。
Probably 200. Because the rest 800
リカード船長もこんなところで育ったんかな。
Yeah. There's a Cirrus Vision jet below me. That's one of my favorite aircraft in Flight Simulator.
Okay, it's basically a jet you can, well, if you're brave enough, can take it almost everywhere.
If I was a multi-millionaire in real life and was looking to buy a plane for personal use, that would be
見
probably
え
my
ない飛
number
行
one
機だ。
choice.
It's like 4 million, right?
Probably something like that. I don't know the exact price, but at a price range, I'll put it that way.
Oh, it's Cirrus.
まあでも、
Acquisition cost it
日本
says
の
is
方です
typically
な。
1.9 to 2 million.
But then what are the operating costs though?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it runs on Jet A, which is cheaper than avgas, so that's good. But you know, hangar fees, maintenance, all that stuff.
おお、すげえのがいった。
You know, there's a saying among people who own boats, and I'm
残念
sure
な
it
がらこれは
applies
見え
to
ない飛
people
行
who
機な
own
んでしょう
airplanes
ね。
as well. The two happiest days of a boat owner or airplane owner's life are the day they buy their boats and the day they sell the boat.
Yeah.
Probably true for airplanes too.
That's funny. That's funny. That could be true, right?
I think a better investment is a sailing boat. Because, especially here in Belgium, you see it a lot. Like just normal private boats with an engine. They just stay in the same port for years. Because it's just too expensive to actually sail it.
ビジョンジェッ
God
ト
had
ぐらい
meant
が
man
見ど
to
ころ
fly,
で
he
す
would
か
have
ね。
making more money. I mean, that's the other joke too. How does an airplane fly? Money.
C160 もかっ 結構なんかどっしりしてて大きくて存在感のある輸送機だと思うんですよね。よいしょ。
For the light involved, put it that way. It's a very, very expensive hobby, which is why I don't have as many real-life flying hours as I would like. For anyone new to the channel that's not familiar, I am a licensed pilot in real life. I have a private pilot's license and a glider pilot's license, but I don't go flying nearly as often as others enjoy to, just because it is so prohibitively expensive.
Nice.
あれなんじゃろ
site relatively soon.
F16 だ。
Flight simming can also get very expensive. It's
あ、
true.
タッ
It
チン
can.
号タッチン号
But
に
compared
す
to the
るに
real
は
thing,
ちょっと高くね。
nowhere close. I've got a pretty high-end flight sim setup. I've got a Thrustmaster Warthog stick and throttle, Thrustmaster TPR rudder pedals, high-end gaming PC, 64 gigs of RAM, 3080 Ti GPU, 12th gen Intel i9 CPU, terabyte SSD. So
エアブレーキ出しても
I bought this
のす
PC
ごい
a
上に
little
上が
over a
りな
year
がら
ago.
飛
It
ん
was
で
the
る。
best you could get at the time, short of a 3090. And I think all told, my peripherals plus my PC, monitors, everything else, maybe $4,000 I spent on all of that. Whereas that would get me maybe 20 hours of flying time versus 900 plus hours of sim time.
That's scarily close to what I spent also the last 2 weeks upgrading my.
Glad I didn't get into a scalping situation with 4080 when I have. I waited.
I got the 4090 this week.
DC3 が見えなくなってる
Well,
の。
still $2 grand.
エアバス310。
euros, but it was
2,000 euros just for the GPU.
like, yep.
I remember the days, and this was not that long ago. I remember the days you could buy an entire PC, including a top-of-the-line GPU, for $2,000. Like $2,000, you could do a complete PC build with
あ、もうそんな時間
really high-end components. Now that just gets you the GPU. Colby Fly says, looks like fun. Well, it is fun, and Colby, this is an open event if you're new to the channel. Everyone is welcome to fly along. As you can see all these planes behind me, these are viewers, community members, people just like you. We do this
エア
every
バス
Friday.
310。
So if you want to join us, we're about halfway done today's flights, but we're here every week exploring a different part of the world,
ア
flying
メリカの
together.
国旗のよく書い
Very
てあり
chill,
ます
relaxed, welcoming community group flight. Not a competition. We're not judging people's flying skills, except for Sim Tom, 'cause he's not a real pilot.
There we go. I must say this
Done.
Alex.
Breast Center
imagine
Extra
getting beat at hockey
1456
by
miles southwest of Lima Foxtrot Oscar Victor request IFR to Nantes ready to copy.
Extra 145 is cleared to Nantes Airport is filed.
Oh,
Squawk
and 225, caution
6537.
lake turbulence.
Extra 145 cleared to Nantes Airport as filed. Squawk 6537.
Oh, yeah, look at
Extra
those bounces.
145
That's to be
readback correct.
expected.
Radar contact 1,800
Not
feet.
good tail draggers. All right.
Altimeter
Drops to take off.
30.18 turn left
Throttle.
heading 215 resume on navigation climb
Give
and
that one a
maintain
3 out of 10.
8,800
It's a
feet.
safe landing. We're on the ground, but no style points for that. And rotates. Positive rate.
Turn left heading
G-Stone's
215,
a 6
proceed
out
on
of
course
10.
climb and maintain 8,800
That's
feet
very
extra
generous for that
145.
landing.
Extra 145, you are 5-6 miles northeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS Yankee runway 03 approach via Nedden transition. Cleared to Nedden.
And it's the final stretch of this flight. Sun is about to set.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS Yankee runway 0 tree approach via Nedden transition. Cleared to Nedden extra 145.
6 because tail draggers are hard. Well, okay, so you're grading me on a curve here now. You're giving me pity points because tail drag flying me tail draggers. First time I landed a tail dragger in the sim, I put the nose into the ground. Yeah, that's a pretty common experience for most people when they learn tail draggers. We're going to Reims.
Nantes, I have here. Nantes is the final
Oh,
destination.
Nantes, yes, that's right. Alex says, I honestly don't know how to land the Spitfire I'm flying right now. So that's the thing, the Spitfire is a wonderful
Extra
plane.
145, please expedite your climb
Takeoff,
8,800 feet.
landing, and taxiing in the Spitfire is the worst.
なんか知らんけど
Once it's airborne, it's a dream to fly.
DC との
Everything
会
else
話が
about the
続いてますな
Spitfire is awesome.
無視しよう
It got a huge update the other day.
It did, yeah.
Flying Iron Spitfire.
That song was different. Had more bass. Sounds can always make a difference. I agree with you. Stevie. I mean, Spitfire, I've tried my best to take off some lines. It just doesn't happen. Always a dream on the edge. It's amazing.
Extra 145, please expedite your climb 8,800 feet.
うるさい
I think I really need to do.
ほらお前に一人の言葉ねえんだ
Takeoffs and landings. Anyone know a good YouTube tutorial on how to fly tail draggers properly? It's something I'm definitely not great at yet.
I only realized after a while that
Ah,
we were breaking
ビジョン
out
ジェットコントロールは見えない
back on the stick.
Yeah, I did know that.
持ってないリバリーなんだかな
Only below stall speed though. Don't do that if you're flying above
Yeah.
18万ビジョンジェットのリバリー買おうかな
Flight Chops had some a few years ago. So Yonder, are you checked out on tail draggers IRL?
なんかライトつけてね
Not yet. Okay. Flying Iron Spitfire is being used by the UK Battle of Britain flight pilots, and they eventually helped add the last few percent of absolute realism. Yes, we actually featured that video on our Thursday development update blog about a month ago, I want to say. But yeah, there was a behind-the-scenes video of the RAF's Battle of Britain Memorial Flight training in Microsoft Flight Simulator using the Flying Iron Spitfire. And the reason being, there are a few two-seat variants of the Spitfire. If you ever go to Imperial War Museum Duxford in the UK, there is a two-seat Spitfire there that you can pay an absorbent amount of money.
Extra 145, please expedite your climb 8,800 feet.
To go up for a ride in a Spitfire. But the ones the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight have are single-seat only, and these are priceless aircraft. Can never be replaced.
Breast
Only a
center
handful
extra
still
145.
in condition in the world.
Cancel IFR at this
And,
time.
So in order to train on them, you really
Extra
do want to
145
get a
IFR
high
flight plan is
quality
canceled radar service terminated.
because you don't
Squawk
want to risk
7000.
one of these priceless
Maintain
aircraft
VFR.
to a,
Frequency
inexperienced
change
fighter
approved.
pilot.
Good day.
And so yeah, the RAF's Battle of Britain Memorial Flight was actually using Microsoft Flight Simulator and the
Breast
Flying
center
Iron
extra 145 is type extra
to
306
train
miles
their
east of
pilots
Lima
on how to
Foxtrot
fly
Tango,
Spitfire.
Quebec
So I thought that was
1,200 feet. Request flight following.
Extra 145 breast center. Squawk 6001.
Nice.
Extra 145, did you hear my last transmission?
Squawk 6001 Extra 145.
Extra 145 radar contact, 6 miles southeast of Lima Foxtrot Tango, Quebec,
I think
1,700 feet.
the Robin Cap 10 will do
Altimeter 30.18.
I'm gonna gain some altitude. I'm gonna do. I noticed we got a little bit. We're gonna arrive early, so we can do some a little bit of extra flying today. Those of you who've never done spin recovery before, this in my day when I learned how to fly in real life,
Extra
this
145,
was part
acknowledge
of
last
pilot
transmission.
training. Every student pilot learns spin entry and spin recovery. They don't teach this to student
Roger,
pilots.
Extra
It's all about spin
145.
avoidance now, which they say is safer. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that. I'm not an expert in this. I will trust the opinions of the experts. But they say it's better to teach pilots to avoid spins than how to recover from one if you do get into one. But I'll show you here in a moment once I gain some altitude how to do spin entry and spin recovery. Alright, so like you can see I'm about to stall. So spin entry, you pull back on the stick, 0 throttle. When you hear the stall horn, pick hard rudder in one direction, and it should start spinning. Maybe. Kind of. That's not a very aggressive spin. But to recover, you just neutralize all the controls, apply full opposite rudder against the direction of the spin. When the rotation stops, gently ease out of the dive. It's not that hard, honestly. So I don't know why they stopped teaching this to student pilots. We'll try that again. So I'll see if I can. I'll go full cross control this time.
Extra 145 contact, nonce approach 1121.215. Good day.
Can you spin airliners? I would hope not. It's even a Cessna 172 is hard to spin. It's a very stable aircraft. You have to really, really actively try to put a 172 into a spin. So I'd imagine most airliners are designed to be stable enough that they won't spin.
Extra 145, did you copy?
Will there be a mid-gen upgrade Series XL for Xbox Series S console? Honestly, I don't know. There's been nothing announced so far.
Extra 145, please acknowledge.
If Microsoft does announce one, and again, as far as I know, nothing has been announced so far. Certainly covered in the media. I bet you get a 787 to spin. Alright, I'll try to do a more
Extra
aggressive.
145, did you copy?
There, okay, that's a better spin. So to recover, you just neutralize all the controls, full opposite rudder.
Extra 145 ATC services terminated. Good day.
Once you're back in straight level
Good
flight,
day.
apply power again to resume regular flying. And that's spin recovery. Very straightforward. So that's your flying lesson of the day. You know, I can't show you a good landing in a tail dragger, but at least I can show you a nice spin recovery. Zeph says, hi, Microsoft Flight Sim, love the scenery. Yeah, well, we're in France today. But we do this every week, every Friday, go to a different part of the world. Last week we were in Norway, 2 weeks ago we were in Mexico, next week we're going to be in Jordan, and this week we're in France. Oh, speaking of the Spitfire, Look at that. Beautiful warbird off my 5 o'clock right there. RJ Mitchell, the head designer at Supermarine who designed the Spitfire, he always liked to say that if a plane looks beautiful, it will fly beautiful too. I tend to agree with that. Yeah, Spitfire certainly is one beautiful looking aircraft.
It sure is.
The sound it makes.
There's an aerobatic flap switch in the Cap 10. Does anyone know what it does? I do not. I'm not an aerobatic pilot. I've never flown a Cap 10 in real life.
I'd say press the button
Where is it?
if you can.
Anyone know where the aerobatic flaps? Oh, here we go. Aerobatic trim flaps. There it is. All right. I turned it on. Let's see what it did. My grandfather used to work for Rolls-Royce. I don't know for sure he worked on the Spitfire engine plans, but I like to think so. Well, so the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, which was used by the Spitfire, was not only used by the Spitfire. It was used by almost all the major British aircraft in World War II. The Hawker Hurricane, the Lancaster, I think the Mosquito also used Merlin engines. So it was probably most famously associated with the Spitfire, but used by lots of other aircraft types too. Thinking about French pastries now. Probably going to the patisserie after the stream ends.
Amon says, I work for
Very
Rolls-Royce.
good.
In fact, I'm at work now listening.
Oh, that's cool. Rolls-Royce, makers of high-end luxury automobiles and jet engines.
Got too distracted listening to us.
Like that joke, I don't know if anyone's ever heard this before. Guy walks into a music store. And he says, I'm looking to buy some musical instruments. I need a guitar and a keyboard and a piano. And the salesperson says, oh, well, you know, the Yamaha company makes all of those. So, you know, why don't you check out these products? Yeah, look, Mike Runko was making the same exact joke. And then, so the guy buys this keyboard, guitar, and piano, and he says, so I also need a motorcycle. Where should I go to get that? And the salesman's like, well, you're not going to believe this.
Yeah, it's a bit also like Hyundai. They make cars obviously, but they have a whole like heavy industry. They make ships. I think even electronics. It's huge company.
Yeah, a lot of I think in South Korea there's something like 5 companies that control something like an incredible amount of the total South Korean economy. And yeah, Samsung and Hyundai are 2 of those.
Hyundai.
That's a really nice shot now on Simplate Pro's point of view with the Diamond DA40 and the French countryside.
Fluffy clouds.
Like I have a drone camera flying on top.
That would be me.
I think I'm gonna explore a lot more of France after this. I like it.
It's a very, very beautiful countryside. So, pro tip for anyone who ever visits France as a tourist, people tend to spend a lot of time in Paris. I would, you kind of have to spend a couple days in Paris, see the Eiffel Tower, see the Arc de Triomphe, go to the Louvre, like do all the standard touristy things. But also get out of Paris too. Go to some smaller towns in France. Go to the countryside. That's I think is the best part of France in my opinion. Oh, I figured out what aerobatic trim does on the Robin Cap 10.
It's a more aggressive trim.
Nope, it actually disables your trim. I'm trying to adjust. I'm flying inverted now, and I'm trying to adjust my trim because I keep fighting the stick, and it won't let me see. If you look at the bottom right corner of my screen, it's stuck at -3, even though I'm hitting the button to fix it or to adjust it.
Or maybe they would trim first to what they want to do in the maneuver, and then lock it.
And then lock it. Yeah. All right, let me roll straight and level again. I'll turn that off and see if I can adjust my trim. And now, yeah. See, I can change the trim again now. It's not locked at -3. All right, let's roll inverted and let's see if we can trim for inverted flight. There we go. Pretty stable. That's an unnerving point of view. Brown side is not supposed to be up. Got to keep the blue side up. Could someone come up under CD for a Top Gun photo? Yeah, we can keep up foreign relations.
By the way, was the Reno event the last event last year?
No, so they've announced this year, 2023 is going to be the last air races at Reno. 2024, there's going to be an air show, but no races as sort of a final send-off. But the National Championship air races, they are looking for a new permanent home for future races beyond 2023. And when we were talking to some of the folks who run the Reno air races about a month or two ago, they said they've got many different offers from different cities. And so they're just deciding which one will be the winning candidate. That's kind of cool. So air racing is certainly not dead. It's just leaving Reno after this year.
부시죠.
Have fun flying inverted. Don't normally do this. Imagine all the dust falling up from the floor. Yeah. Now, I'm sure a lot of you in chat have seen this, but if you haven't yet, go on YouTube and look for the video of Bob Hoover pouring himself a glass of water while doing a barrel roll. That's one of the best feats of
아, 하나 이거 부스거리 수도 때문에 여보겠다.
Guy
But
was
it
a
was
legend.
exactly at a 1G maneuver, right?
Correct.
Yeah. I have the runway in sight. Think about
Go to your point of view.
3 minutes, 2 minutes.
本当になくなった。
That looks really nice with live time turned on.
Yep, nice. It's nice timing to land. Just
It looks like, oh yeah. It looks like you're one of the first ones to come in. Like your name went something. Yeah. Cool strobes lighting effect on the airplane. Yeah, that is really neat. Good luck, Alex. We're all counting on you. All right, Tom is on short final.
I'm about to run out of fuel, it also seems like. So it's gonna be fun.
You could probably glide it in from there.
Oh yeah.
ああ、大事故だ。
Solid 9 out of 10 for that one.
Wow. Thank you. So in the real world, actually landing too gently or too soft can break the landing.
ジャンボジェットすげえ
There
で
was an
け
incident with the 737 was landing too softly and the wheel actually flew off
Oh, wow.
because there was not enough pressure on the wheel itself, so it already started spinning, but the aircraft itself wasn't fast enough with the pressure.
Oh, I think we lost SimFlight Pro. Just dropped in the chat. Oh,
Oh,
there he is back.
there it is.
Okay, welcome back. Canada. Hello, Kirsten. Welcome in. Nice to see you and your viewers. We're flying.
Oh,
Going
super.
to beat it by the end of the month. Nice. Good luck to you. Let's switch to my POV for a second. Football stadium here.
Hey,
Always love
thank
winning
you,
stadiums.
my friend. この人滑走路思いっきり塞いどるけど。
So that you make a left
Yeah.
turn downwind onto base,
Let's go
and
to-
a
let's
left
go to-
turn from base onto final. So the runway will be to your left, and your plane will be to the right of the runway. Right downwind would be the opposite of that. So you make right turns from downwind, and the runway would be to your right, and the runway you would be.
あ、ぶつかるぶつかるぶつかる、死ぬ死ぬ死ぬ死ぬ死ぬ死ぬな。生きろ俺。
Next Aviation is very non-standard VFR arrival to Clear. But because it's Microsoft Flight Simulator, we're going to YOLO full send this. Alright, very nice landing by SimFlight Pro. Round of applause. We'll switch over to my point of view. I'm on medium final now. We got 2 whites, 2 reds in the Pappy Zone. We just switched over to 3 reds, so I'm going to add a little bit of throttle. Too low.
How many points do I get, CD? Tell me about that.
How many points? Well, I think that was a very respectable 8 out of 10 on that landing.
Not pity points, right?
落ちる落ちる落ちるこの音やつだ。
I don't give, like, you saw how harshly I graded myself. I don't give
飛んでる。
Alright, there we go. 2 white, 2 red. We're back on the glide slope. Hand flying this in. Get the Jane Stallhorn ready in a second. Get that 747 cutting off the runway. There's a flare. Okay, not terrible. I don't know if that was my best landing of today, but it was not bad. It was better than the second one I did for sure.
Acceptable.
Acceptable. I guess we're gonna go right underneath the 7.4 and then taxi off.
It drops down.
DSO
nice
says
line
8
here.
out of 10. I would say 7 out of 10. If I was, again, I grade myself very harshly though. So I'd give myself 7 out of 10 on that landing. I'm gonna pull off onto the grass here and then park. Out of 10 because of the stall horn. That's true. I think using the Jane stall horn does give bonus points. Jane, of course, here in spirit only today, but she'll be back next week. Here she is again. All right, gonna park here. Parking brake is on. All right, there we go. Well, folks, this concludes Community Fly-In Friday France edition. Hope everyone had a good time and enjoyed the flights. I want to, of course, thank our guests, SimTom and SimFlight.
Thank you.
Once again, I'll put a link to SimFlight Pro's YouTube channel in the chats. So go ahead, click that link, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, do all the YouTube things. Great YouTube content creator for Flight Sim. So we're very happy to have him joining us on the stream today. So before we sign off, SimTom, any final words from you?
Always have a great weekend and fly safe.
All right, and SimFlight Pro, as our VIP guest today, will give you the last word. And what do you want to say to send us off?
I want to thank you, CD. I want to thank all of you. And it's time that we never stop exploring at Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right?
Wow.
Absolutely true. All right, on that note, we're going to end it here. We will see everyone next week for Community Fly-In Friday in Jordan. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. Vive la France. Yeah, agreed. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. ありがとうございました。
Sorry, hitting all the wrong buttons. Back for 1 second. We're going to do a raid on Xbox. We got a raid from Xbox Canada, so why don't we pay that forward and raid the Xbox channels. Let me set that up. Stand by, folks. We'll end the stream here again, but let's all raid Xbox and blow up their chat and tell them Microsoft Flight Simulator sent you.
Hey. 今日も楽しかったですな。フランスですよ。ここは全然空はどこの国でも一緒ですけど。 フランス。フランスじゃーい。素晴らしいとこじゃのう。危ねえ。スレスレでしたな今。今日はどうかった。アプローチに入りましたな。じゃあ一緒に美しく着陸しますか。別に美しくなくてもいいけど。ちょっと旦那外れてますぜ。オッケーオッケー。ちょっとこっちの方が早いか。事故だ。大事故だ。なんか突っ込んできた。あ、スピットファイヤーだ。スピットファイヤーだった。さっきでんぐり返ったのがいたぞ。全然前が見えん。おー、すげえなー。大佐が乗ってるのかもなー。Thank you, my friend. Good flight. 今日も楽しかったでございますね。じゃあ終わりとしますか。